Good afternoon. I hope everyone's well. It's a beautiful day here in country Victoria. I'm Cheryl Algie from Kerrang in Northern Victoria, Australia. And I wanted to show you a card I created using the Quiet Meadow set and the hybrid embossing folder. Alright, I'll pop you down to the desk. Yep, that's must be a setting change because we used to have to switch the camera, now we don't. Facebook is always changing things. So let me see if I'm in the right spot. So these are the items I was talking about. I'm also using I've got to look, the Everyday Details. I'm just using one of the dies from there. These are the Quiet Meadow dies. These dies are great. I've used them a lot and then I've forgotten about them. So I thought it was time to bring them out because next week we go to On Stage in Melbourne. So we will get to see the new catalogue, the new in colours, and we will get to know just what is staying and what is going. So it will be interesting. So I don't know anything about none of us do until we get to On Stage. So just because this has been around for a couple of years, I'm just thinking maybe these are fairly new. So what I've done is I've die cut. There's a bit of twine there. I die cut 3 of these and 2 of these, and I'll just show you how I coloured them. You could use them white or brown on the Notes of Nature paper would be great if you wanted to do like a sepia look. Just show you a few things that I did with these, because as I said, there is absolutely no stamping. Just got to find my water brush. Here it is. And I used a couple of the Retiring in colours as well. So I've used Parakeet Party and Tahitian Tide. I don't need much green, if you could see that, but I've just put that directly on my glass mat. And I hope if there's anyone there, I hope that you can see. Yeah, I think you can. Squeezing that. Sorry if you can't see, but I need to have it. I'm just grabbing some green. I need to look at my other one to see where I put the green, so I've got it in the same place. Oh, I need some paper towel as well. Let's just grab some of that. So that I can dab off if I need to. So I'll just bring that in the centre so you can see what I'm doing. Just easy as colouring that. I'm just looking to see where I did the other one. The other ones, I should say. You can tap that off on your paper if you think it's too dark. Missed a leaf there. So I think most of you get the idea. You could also you could probably even use your markers or your blends. Yes, you could, haven't tried with markers, but because it's not a big area, you'd probably get away with it even with your markers. Or you could just sponge on the colour. It's up to you, whichever way you prefer to colour things. This is actually thick Whisper White. I'm not fond of our watercolour paper. I won't lie. really loved our shimmery, and I'm hoping I've sandboxed it. We have a suggestion box so we can put things in that, and I've been putting that in ever since we lost it. I mean, they could put it back in that if they've got access to it, I guess. I don't know how companies work, so... and I'm not the boss, but yeah, I'd really like our shimmery white to come back. But in the meantime, I like to use the thick Whisper White if I'm going to do just some watercolouring like this. The watercolour paper is best for watercolouring because it's more absorbent. So you have to be careful what projects I do with this. I try it with this, and if it doesn't work, I then go to the watercolour paper. So then I'm just going to put my handy dandy Fanny, wipe that off because I don't need that again. That out of the bag because I need it for the blue. Wiped off my brush. Oops, way too much blue there. I'll get the rest of that up with my paper towel. And just you could of course colour onto your paper before you cut it out. This is a bit wavy. I've die cut it previously, and it might have got a bit bent in the envelope, perhaps. Not sure what's going on with that. And you could add shading if you wanted to. I didn't really think that it was necessary. You can leave a bit of white, whatever. So there's that one. And then I just did the same thing with these little flowers. A bit too much water on that. I think you can see what I'm doing there. I did several a few days ago because when I was planning what to do today, because I wanted them to be dry, but it's fairly warm here today, so it's going to be heading for 34 or something, so they probably would have dried, but it's not very interesting sitting here watching people colour things, really, is it? So what if I at least got the others done, and then you can look at the way I did those and see how that was done. So they're all done and ready to dry, but I'm probably not going to use them. Oh, I could. We'll see. That one back. Actually, I might do the next bit that I was going to show you, because I think I do need the blue for that. So rather than stamp for the inside, if you're careful, let me grab that's a Post-it. If I mask off the green bit, and then if I'm really careful, I can pick up my ink, and hopefully it's not wet. Pop my flower. See, no stamping. Hopefully I'm not going to make a mess. And that wouldn't be too good. Let me see. Yep, see, and I can do that. Oops, I shouldn't have moved that, should I? Getting too carried away. Probably put that back down, and do just a little bit more in there. And then making sure it's still masked off. My green brush back that I had before. And I'm not going to wipe that off because I need that for, I'm going to do the envelope the same. I'm just going to pop a bit of screen there so I don't contaminate anything. You probably can see what I'm doing there. And then, where are we? Should have paid more attention to which bits of the leaf I was having there, but I think this will be okay. If not, cardstock's got two sides, hasn't it? So we can just, yep, that's fine. So I'll do the same thing, making sure I haven't got left anything bumpy in the envelope. I just made a mark on there. That's our inside. And then we'll do the same for our outside. Just to take that off and make sure the flower is going where I want it. Let's mask that off again. As we'll keep going with our green. Yep, that looks good. Take that off. So I hope everyone's got their re-inkers for these. I actually got a bit carried away and I will have a spare of, I'm not sure which colour, might have been the green because I thought I was running out, but I had previously got another re-inker, so I'll be right for green. The, what's it called? I remember the names of them. Yeah, I was going to say Parakeet Party, and then I thought, no, that's not right, but it is. Parakeet Party and Tahitian Tide. So they're two of the ones that are leading. All right. So there we have our envelope and our inside done. Working back to front today. Grab the majority of that with my... Saves getting my chamois too messy. I'll get the rest with this. Right, just go ahead and get all our bits done that we need to. Making sure I haven't got any ink on my hands as well. Get that in there. The next thing we need to do is to show you how, I'm not going to do this colour. Where is it? I did it in the Tahitian Tide, but I'm not going to do a whole lot of those because I'm not going to need them soon. So I'm going to show you how I added the colours. Explaining this to the girls, I didn't actually do it at my launch the other weekend. So I just thought I'd show you what I meant. And where's my piece of scrap? Yeah, I want to get these ones, and I'll do them in Peacock because honestly I just love this colour, and I had to stop myself using it when I was making samples for my open day. Thought, oh, not Peacock again, but everything I touched I wanted to do in Peacock. So I know I'm going to use these sentiments. I won't need to go up too far because I've only got a little bit of paper here. Oh, it's getting warm in here too, so I better get a crack on. Got the door shut so the aircon doesn't come in here when the door's shut, and it's a little bit warm. I might just do the rest of that in case I've got enough paper to grab that. May as well. I know I haven't got enough for that big word there, whatever it is. So that's the folder, and then we, where's the dies? Oh, here we go. Haven't lost them. That'd be interesting if I lost them, wouldn't it? I seem to have frozen. So again, I'll just continue because must be my internet perhaps. Make sure I've got it the right way, because I did one and I had the words going back to front, didn't I? So that just goes in there. So I've sponged the ink, I've got the dye on top of there, and then I'm putting my paper. You can put a whole sheet, you can do a whole sheet at once if you wish. And then that goes there. And then the sandwich is, it's our platform. We put that with the opening out so that when it squishes it down, if there's any air in it, it'll come out that end, whereas if it is the other way around, it won't. And then that just goes through the machine, which I will do that. In there, because then you do have to wash both of those. Oh, I haven't got the whole word, that's why. Anyway, you get the idea. That's cut that word off too. I've got 3. That's what I thought I'd get. So there's your just because. Need something to lift that out of there. We've got the get well and we've got the celebrate. So, and I actually, Stampin' Up! Want you to buy the brayer to use with this, but the brayer gives you a messy look and I prefer a more clean look. So that's why, not my idea. I did see another demonstrator who, and I can't remember who it was now, say that she preferred that as well. So thank you to whoever that was, and let me know if it was you and I can give you a shout out. Those off there. And as I said, if you wanted the whole sheet, you could do the whole sheet. Then you could have little baggies and keep them for, you know, it would pay you to do a whole sheet because, as I said, you've got to wash everything or wipe it. I prefer to wash it, then I know it's clean. And you can also, I'm showing the girls, there's lots of ways you can use this. Not that this is all about this set, but it might help someone. You can just die cut these. I'm trying to find the same word. I've got there, celebrate. I think that's celebrate. Yep, so that I can show you. You might not want black, you'd probably want peacock on there. So you could pop it on with a shadow behind it if that's what you wanted to do, so that it stood out a bit more. And just use the back of that. So you've got that idea. Oh, I've cut a bit off there too. Bit lousy with the paper, wasn't I? So that's no good either. So anyway, it was just to show you other ways of using that, a way of using that folder. And then if you die cut those, and you can also just sponge on your ink to whatever colours. I could have done that, I guess. Could have sponged on some green and blue to do my greeting, but I've actually done it in the parakeet party, the Tahitian Tide. So that's my greeting. That's what I think I'm having. I haven't actually assembled this card, so I've done all these bits and I'm not quite sure what I'm having. I am using, so apologies, this is from the balloon paper. But this piece of blue, it's actually Tahitian Tide, and it's actually last year's in colours. I did not buy the pack for this year's, you know, they changed the design. It's the same colours because I still had that from last time. So and I've got a die cut this biggest, just explain how these work too. That's the largest one, so I've die cut that. and then you go there. So that's, actually I can't even remember how that cuts. That cuts somehow different. Cuts it all out, but I think, I'm not sure. If anyone wants me to, I can run that through. And that one just cuts with the dots. That one just has a bit of an edge around it. It doesn't have dots cut right through. Yeah, I can't remember how that cuts. Where's a bit of scrap? A bit of scrap that I can show you. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh yes, so that, it does double duty. It cuts that out of there, and then you could, I think you could die cut that again, I think. Not too sure what you would get. You would get, well, you'd get double dots. So I think it's so that you can have something that you want to put something behind, so that stays there. So that's what that does. Okay. I should actually put that with the folder so that I know. For future reference, sometimes it's good to know what you get when you're cutting things, isn't it? So I've die cut that, and I've added some Lemon Lolly ink. How was I going to put that? I was going to colour that too today so you could see, but oh yes, I cut out Rhonda's beautiful stamping. I didn't realise, I thought it was a scrap. Sorry, Rhonda. So I'm not going to use that because it's got flowers on the back of it. So we'll, oh, and I need to clean that. Sorry. Where's my brush? Don't like putting things away that aren't clean. So you're just going to have to bear with me. See what my, oh no, I haven't frozen. It's frozen on my iPad for some reason. It's been messing about a bit. Froze yesterday when I was watching someone, but nobody else's did, so whether it's our internet, who would know? Who would know? So hopefully you're not frozen wherever you are in the world. And we'll pop that in there. Now, so I've got to map out what I was going to do. I had it all mapped out, and then I thought, well, I'm not going to make the same card again. Being lazy like I am. Just going to, and I'm not sure whether I wanted the yellow to the top or the bottom. So this is just playing, really, just playing to see. And I think I want, I don't know, I think I want one up there. I think I want one there. And I think I want one there. And I thought I'd have a bow. Oops, I think I tied a bow. I did. That's saving a bit of time, isn't it? Sometimes they can be fussy to tie. Seeing as I can't see anybody, maybe I'll go out and come back in again. Find myself again. Where am I? Where am I? Maybe I'll go on here. Yep, that looks like it should have some movement. And then, so I want to put my bow somehow there, and my greeting like that, I thought. So yeah, I think I want the yellow down the bottom, don't you agree? Let me switch it and just roughly switch it and do it up the top. No, I don't know. Yeah, no, I think it needs to be, I didn't want it all yellow. I think it needs to be down the bottom. So I'm just going to make a decision here and pop my blue piece across. I think I like the stripy bit. So if you didn't have any Tahitian tide, if you're running out of your DSP, we didn't get much DSP in the offerings this year, only the in colour ones. So if you're like that, you're like me, you could use just use a piece of cardstock and emboss it, which I could have done, but I thought I may as well use this up, seeing I've got it. Now is that straight? Those lines are going to make it look crooked. Because the lines are crooked. I've got to tell you, yeah, well, no, I did tell you that, didn't I, from the balloon paper. So is that straight? That is straight, those lines. Yeah, they are a bit crooked, actually. All right. So we'll adhere this to card front. So in that case, I probably should have gone the other way so that it doesn't look crooked, because your eye will make it look crooked, seeing as the lines are crooked. But anyway, we're going to pretty much cover it up with all of our decorations, aren't we? So that's what I said, wasn't it? Or was it the other way around? Now I've forgotten. Which way do I want it? No, I think I want a bit of light. I honestly don't think it'll matter much, but maybe front down the bottom, so you will see the difference, because, and I probably should have gone up a bit higher. Never mind. Just gonna quickly, I'll have to be quick, because if I need to move them around, I'll be able to if I'm too slow. Come on. Give me some glue on here. You could also use your adhesive sheets as well. Get off. It's all tangled up in the string. Put this where you can see. I'm not going to put these down just yet. I'm going to put glue on them all, so that if I want to move them, I can, hopefully. Could have just used my seal, but they're a bit fragile to be running glue on. Stuck in between. What's everyone doing for the long weekend? I know what I'll be doing. It's not very exciting. Getting some of my cards ready for sale. Got to move them, because I've got so many. Okay, I'm going to start with these outside pieces, and I've probably got way too much glue on there, but I think we'll cope. No rhyme or reason to how I'm placing these, just as it pleases the eye, and I think you don't want to have them all in a cluster in the middle, like you want to stagger them a bit, so that's what I'm trying to do. Because I haven't made this card before, I haven't got anything to copy off, and so let's see how that will look. And my hands are very sticky, they've stuck to the twine. Hand sanitizer is great for getting the stick off your hands. You know, I hate sticky hands. It doesn't entirely work with string, I guess. Oh, come here, I can't pick anything up even. So I thought I'd do that. And mind you, I tried every type of string that I had, or twine that I had. Probably needs to be a bit closer in. My bunch needs to be bunched up a bit. Let's see if we can do that. But nothing worked except the white, as far as I was concerned, actually. Now, I have some glue dots. To pop my twine on. And we need to, I've still got sticky fingers for the twine. It just likes to, stuff likes to stick on there. So yes, very exciting times. It's a time of the year I dread because I don't want to lose all my favourites. And I'm like, oh, I haven't used that for so long, I better get it out. And then, like, you can't possibly use everything that you think might be going. I'm sure some things will be a surprise to us all. Now, how do I want that? I can turn that because it's on a glue dot. So I think if I put some dimensionals on either side of that, should be good. Maybe just either side because it's got a bump in the middle. Let's just put some, yeah, I don't think I want to put one in the middle. Don't break it now. Probably should have used glue there instead of using this because it tends to cling. But if I want to move it, I won't be able to move it if I put glue. Let me just see. I've got sticky going everywhere here. Get off, get off, get off my fingers. Okay. We better trim it off so it's not trailing the outside of the card. I don't mind a longer string, but not too long. Now we need to find some, won't be hard, we'll just use our in colour. ones because I know these will definitely be going, because you probably didn't even notice these in the catalogue. They're really pretty. They're, what are they called? They are called In Colour Pearls. They are really pretty. So do we want the blue or do we want the green? Blue? No one's here, so am I even live? Am I even here myself? I think I like the blue. Maybe everyone's busy today. Come on. Oh, I'm getting very hot. Where to put that? Maybe there. Put my inside piece in and we're done. There we go. So if you came back later and you watched, thank you for watching. And yeah, I won't be live. I'm pretty sure I won't be live next week because I'll be in Melbourne on Thursday anyway. So unless I decide I want to do a quick one over the weekend. But, yeah. All right. So thanks everyone.